and love. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Hey, y'all. Listen, it's Sunday. Let's have church. Come on up in the room, okay? Because y'all already know we come here to break chains, baby. We ain't come up in here to talk to nothing for nothing, to hear ourselves breathe for nothing. Okay, so don't leave me up in here talking to myself, and come up in here and show me some love, because I show y'all plenty of love. I deserve it. But anyway, I got some messages, y'all. Conspiracy theories. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Conspiracy theories or nah is why what I named this. Is what we really seeing, what we going through, what we seeing in the media, what's being shown to us on social media sites and, just in life right now. Is it really conspiracy? Is it really a conspiracy? Are we really, are these really conspiracies or are they real? We don't even damn know. I'm going to answer it for you. We don't know. Y'all, we have no idea, y'all. We can't even tell real from fake right now, y'all. Sadly, in 2026, we done been so fake, y'all. We've been wearing so many masks, y'all. We done been under so many illusions, y'all. We done been so sleep, y'all. We've been so out of the world to the point we don't even know real from fake, y'all. We can't even tell the different sexes at this point. Is it a male or is it a female? We don't know. Is it a human or is it a robot? We don't know. Is it organic or is it 3D printed? We don't know. Is this just a movie or is this real? We don't know. Is this AI or is it real? We don't know. My heart is beating, y'all, like in a different way. I know my heart's supposed to beat. Don't judge me. Somebody probably like it's supposed to be good, but I'm talking about like it's really beating, like, because we don't know, and that's scary. Like, that's why, I can remember back in the day when I grew up in the era where we didn't have much technology. And now I'm actually, honored to be a part of a new generation that there's technology everywhere. Like, ain't no way you can blink and it ain't no camera watching your ass at this point. At this point, you might go to your bathroom and no, ain't nobody in this house but you. But it might be a toilet on the day, a camera on the toilet seat somewhere at this point. We've been spied on everywhere we go. Ain't nowhere safe in your own house. At the end of the day, like we done got so far out there with this technology to the point we don't know real from fake, y'all. We don't know if we safe, if we being spied on, or if what. We don't know. So it's like it's a blessing and a curse at the same time to be able to, experience technology and, be a part of the technical world. But at the same time, it's a scary thing too. And I get the elders. I see why the elders be, don't be wanting to do all that. They don't be with all that shit. They be like, I don't want that up to date mess. I don't want to be on computer them and all of that. They used to typewriters and stuff. So, at the end of the day, we literally in a time now where technology is taking over the world, and to the point we don't know real from fake. That's why when y'all be playing these AI video games on Facebook and TikTok and all these, y'all be creating a whole new character with yourself. And yeah, it might be fun in games in the beginning because, I wish I could be this pilot or this bit. Wish I could be this teacher or whatever you wish that you could be, and AI is giving you this illusion like you could be this, right? And you making this AI photo of yourself, this AI video of yourself, and you're posting it, and you're showing the world that, hey, this is who I wish to be. I don't really want to be me, you know what I mean? Because that's really a robot. And I think that shit is weird that y'all is playing these type of games, because let's be real, it's fun in the beginning until the robot actually want to become you for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy now that we can slide down our social media sites and I can see pictures and videos of y'all. And I have to question, is it real or is it fake? And so, moral of the story is it's time to get real. I mean, so real to the point where we can be able to decipher real from fake again. Because I can remember back in the day, we could look at something on the TV. Back in the day with scary movies and stuff like that. Yeah, it might have been scary to me as a child, but we could look at them and tell what was fake in it. Versus now we looking at it and we like, is that real or is it fake? We don't know. And that's the illusion. That's the witchery. That's the witchcraft. That's the darkness right there. We gotta bust through. You feel me? The world is like a stage. It's under a big ass illusion, and everybody is okay with faking it. Everybody's okay with just being something else, to the point now we don't know who is who. If you is you, we don't know. You sitting in my face blinking and all these fake conspiracy theories and stuff. We all sitting online watching all these fake conspiracy theory videos, and they, trying to throw you off, your game. And, oh, well, this might not be this person. Everybody distracted with this Jim Carrey situation, right? Like, okay, I love Jim Carrey. That's my gangster. But let's be real. Fuck all that. We got bigger fish to fry. We got other things that we need to focus on. You feel what I'm saying? And they consistently throwing distractions in your face because they want to prove that they're not with the conspiracy theories. The conspiracy theories really is like a word of saying it's fake. It's not real. It could be, but it might not be. We don't know, right? And so that started out back when people like myself who would venture off and look for deeper knowledge. And, I would find myself in the conspiracy theory chapters, right? And really, a lot of the things that I would study and I would see a lot of fake crap, but I also would see some real stuff hidden off within the fake mess. Okay. So moral of the story is you got to be careful with what you're consuming, because you got to use a discerning eye with what you're consuming on TVs, on social medias, just in general, because they taking all kind of things and they trying to steer you crazy. They want you to think you crazy. You know what you feel is real, and you know what you feel ain't real, right? And we're living in a time now where it's kind of like, let me give you an example. Some of these, what's the word? Come back to the spirit, this damn retrograde. Creators. These social media creators, right? Some of these creators are on here, right, being accused of liking the opposite sex, right? And so just imagine being accused of liking the opposite sex, but you really don't like liking the same sex. I'm sorry. Liking the same sex. Some creators are being accused of liking the same sex, right? Your sexual preference is your business. So anybody watch this, let me be clear. It's not to target anybody who, got their preference. I'm just using this as an example. But some creators are being targeted saying, okay, you really like the same sex. You pretend that you like the opposite sex, but you really like the same sex, right? And so these creators are going out of their way to prove that they straight. I don't like the same sex. I want the opposite sex. And my thing is this: when you go out of your way to try to prove something that you know to be supposedly, true about yourself or not true or whatever, when you're going out your way, either way, it makes you look suspicious. So this is why the truth will always set you free. Just living it and walking it and talking it. You don't have to go out of your way to prove it, because it'll prove itself. It's like a good product, right? Good quality will sell itself, just like bad quality will reveal itself, right? So lies will reveal itself, and the truth will always prevail. So we're in a time right now, it's like a mirage, a mirror. It's like you got you got a clone, you got the real deal in your face, right? And you can't really tell who's who. You know, so you kind of like, okay, I think this is the real one. I think this is the real one. I think that's the real one. I think that's the real one. Nobody knows. And see, that's the enemy. That's the trick of the enemy. The enemy knows how to cloak and clone itself in the shape of good. It's the shapeshifter. It shapes itself into the form of good to make itself look like it's the good one, when it's really, in fact, not. But it wants to fool you to make you think it's the good one. So this is why your spirit got to be aligned, and you got to be grounded, and you got to use your discernment, and you got to know thyself so that you will be able to know bullshit when you see it. You'll know, you'll be able to smell it a mile away. When it hit the block, you'll be like, yep, that's BS. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like me being a spiritualist. People know I'm a spiritualist. They know I like to burn sage and stuff like that. They know I believe in angel numbers, right? So, of course, guys who try to approach me, they try to use spiritual tactics to get close and pretend that they all high and mighty and tuned and tapped in, just to get me in the illusion of believing that he's on that same path, right? Same way with preachers. Somebody messing with my throat. Baby, let me tell you something. You can have all that back. I return all that back to you. You can have it back. My throat would not be blocked, and I would not be shushed. I would not be hushed. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can find yourself on exit stage left. Okay? But this word will be delivered for the people that need it. And if you don't feel like you need it, then that's cool with me. No sleep, no sleep will be lost. No energy will be lost at the end of the day. But you ain't gonna come over here trying to distract me and throw my voice off, because my throat ain't been messing with me until I started speaking this message. And see, that's where the truth coming in. That's how you know the truth is needing to be spoken, because you get bad, baby. But get what? It is what it is. You don't have to watch me. You ain't forced to watch me. You ain't got to be my friend. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can politely block me. You can delete me. You can exit stage left, and I won't miss it. I promise you. You are fine with me. No hard feelings. But don't sit behind this screen and try to hush me and be a coward, because you can't take the truth. Fuck you too. With love. With respect. Now back to what I was saying. At the end of the day, because I don't know if y'all noticed how my throat cleared up. Because see, that means somebody that was on here watching me that don't like what I'm speaking. But I'm going to speak it anyway. Because it ain't about you. It's about others that need this message. Because we're tired of being under illusion. We're tired of being asleep. We're tired of the fake shit. We're tired of the phony shit. I'm tired of it. It's time to get back, get real, and get back focused. We are too distracted with all of these distractions they putting out here in our damn faces. We too focused on who real and who fake. Jim Carrey, is he real or he dead? If half of these celebrities been dead, if they ain't dead, they fake, they there. At the end of the day, they had to do something to keep the industry from killing their ass. I'ma say it. Let's be real. A lot of them had to sell their soul. They sacrificed themselves. They did. And if they didn't sacrifice themselves, they sacrificed their family members. Certain family members had to go in order for them to be on the top, the fake top, to get that fame. Yeah. So that's why you're seeing a lot of that crash down right now, because it was all fake. It was an illusion. You had to sacrifice some part of yourself to get that shit. But reality ain't like that. These people were paid, trained to manipulate you, to create rose-colored glasses over your eyes, to fool you and make you think fake was real and real was fake. Now you don't even know who real. You don't even know who fake. We done had so many fake prophets, false spiritualists, false speakers, false leaders, false whatever. To the point you don't even know a real one when you see one. You shun the real ones and you praise the fake ones. And this is where we're going wrong. Look at the people you putting in your seats of leadership. These people are going to lead your ass straight into the pits of hell like the suckers that's already in the seats. You being led by something that's other than human beings. And you trying to make sense out of nonsense. And then on top of that, y'all out here trying to become what you're seeing on these televisions. Baddies. I'm sick of you fake baddie females. Y'all, listen. It doesn't look good on you. It's not cute to be a baddie. Not in that form. It ain't cute. Okay? Get back to being who you meant to be, queen. Get back in your authentic seat, queen. Because if you ain't in your seat, then who the fuck is? We need to get back to real leaders when it comes down to real preachers. Because, see, the world got shut down for a reason. We had COVID-19 for a reason. Yeah, it might have been man-made and put out here by the government now. Okay? But at the end of the day, I know that everything that happens must happen for a reason. And it happened to show us that shit needed to be dismantled. We needed that tower moment. Because that's what it was. It came to tumble down some things. To knock down some unclean places and thought patterns and all that jazz that we was doing that wasn't really getting us nowhere. Right? All of that prejudice bullshit. All of that black power bullshit. All of this and that, blah, 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 distractions. All of that needed to be dismantled. The churches had to be exposed and shut down. People had to get sick and die. We had to lose jobs. We had to literally fight for our position against the robots. That's what we had. Y'all worried about this fake ass war that they doing over there with Iraq and them? Worried about you need to be worried about the spiritual war between the human beings and the robots. Because the real battle is between humanity and robots and clones. That shit is real. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's been put in our face right now. I've been saying this shit for years and people called me crazy. And now all of a sudden, all that same crazy stuff is showing up on your timeline. And now you sitting back wondering if you crazy. The thing is it's all designed to throw you off of what's really happening around you. And what's really happening around you is you are being robbed of your human rights right before your very eyes. You are being robbed of your human DNA right before your very eyes. You are literally being distracted with Jordans. I'm watching my people lose their mind over a piece of material. Do you know somebody took that shit from a piece of fabric, like this pillowcase, like this shit we got on, and made that shoe, sold it on a machine, and used some glue and a couple of layers and shit and put some shoestrings on it and spray paint it and put a label on it, and you out here killing your people for it? Do you realize how broke of an energy that is? All I keep hearing is brokey. That's real broke energy. That's the real broke energy right there. The fact that y'all can stand in the community service line because your ass couldn't pay your light bill or your gas bill. You out here bitching because you got to pay a couple of extra dollars on your gas bill because you had to keep your house warm. But you want to let your shit pile up. You don't want to pay that bill. You want to go to community service and you want to get that free money, but then you want to stand your ass in the damn Foot Locker line for a $200, $300 pair of shoe. They're going to keep recycling itself every damn year. The same fucking shoe you dummies keep buying. You are making this black man rich who don't even like his own people. Sorry, but not sorry. Where is this man? How many of you have he praised? How many of you have he lifted up? How many of you have he helped? I don't know what he doing personally, but where the fuck is he? He ain't nowhere to be found, is he? But you people out here killing yourselves for a piece of damn material that we can sit down and make ourselves. If the world shut down again, we ain't got no choice but to go back to that DIYing that we used to do, which was do it your fucking self. That's the real organic way. Do it yourself. We have become so lazy. We so lazy. We are super lazy to the point we don't even want to do the research. We super lazy that we don't want to do the changing. We super lazy that we comfortable in the faking. We that lazy. These phones and shit have literally taken away your existence, your entire existence. You don't even go outside no more. You don't even commune with real people no more. You don't even know how to be social no more. You have become comfortable with doing everything in the house to the point you don't got to leave. You don't need people no more. And that's exactly what the devil wanted. He wanted to divide you from you. Divide you from the things that made us us, which was unity, laughter, joy, dancing, togetherness. Why y'all think I be peace and love? Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. I don't do this. This is separation. This is division. Yeah, we take a lot of pictures like this. But the whole time you're signaling division, separation. But when you put it together, it's togetherness, right? And see, my thing is we are more better off together than we are apart, especially in this day and age. Because human race is damn near extinct. We are fighting to keep our race alive, literally. And y'all out here caught up on the material things. Y'all out here caught up on what they throwing on your social media timeline. Everything that you see on your social media site is not fucking real. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Everything that you see on your social media or your televisions, for to be exact, it's not real. You got to know real from fake. You got to know what to consume and what not to consume. But see, we done got so caught up that we think everything we see on our timeline is real. And then we get, i.e., the elders. The elders are illiterate to the technology, right? We as the young folk supposed to be updating them and helping them be more technical literate. That means technical savvy. That means they know how to work it. But we ain't got time because we too lazy. We too fast-paced. We too busy. We got so much going on that we leave the elders out here to figure it out on their own. So the elders out here just getting these cheap phones from Metro in them, and then they downloading apps, and they on here watching all these old stale news apps, scaring the shit out of themselves, thinking that everything in the world is ending. Oh, this person over there just blew up. That person over here sick. That person got AIDS. And literally, you wonder why your elders scared to live because they up in the house watching all this mess that they seeing on their technology, and you young folks ain't got time enough to stop and say, Grandmama, Granddaddy, that ain't real. Grandmama, Granddaddy, you don't need to watch that because they're going to be stubborn, but at the end of the day, help them. Let them know so they don't be out here lost too. We need them just like we out here trying to make it and we winging it and we don't know how to live. That's where the elders come in at, is to teach us the old way of life. Stop disregarding your elders and throwing them in nursing homes and saying forget them and waiting on them to die so you can get their inheritance. You can inherit their house. Fuck you too. At the end of the day, you need your elders. So help your elders. Train them. If they still able, help them. Let them know how to work these technologies, the TV, and all this type of stuff so they won't be out here lost. And also, in turn, learn knowledge and wisdom from them on how things used to be, because we got to get back to that now, because we didn't got to the point where we growing shit. We think playing a video game, we can grow some plants on a video game. That means we grew it in real life. Now we out here starving. We starving because you niggas ain't grew no real food. Y'all growing it on the screen. We need to eat for real. Now you want to grow 3D printed food and you wonder why everybody dying. You wonder why everybody full of disease. Of course they want you full of disease, because then that means the more sicker you get, the more you can come to the hospital, and the richer they get off of your wealth, which is your health. So you dying mentally. Mentally is your health. That's your abundance. That's your inheritance. You only get one mind. So if you are fried, what they say, brain rot, if you sitting here keep doing things to rot your brain, you allowing bullshit to soak into your brain. You are literally a rotten piece of walking rotten fruit, right? You, at this point, doing the enemy's work for them. The enemy ain't got to take you out. You taking yourselves out at this point. When are we going to get back to the point where we get back and get real again? And then on top of that, let me get to the churches, because see, I find myself getting a little far off. But let me get back to the leaders. The world was shut down for a reason. Thank you, Spirit. The world was shut down for a reason. The churches were exposed for a reason. I grew up in church all my life. I watched the church be authentic. I watched the church be strict. I watched the church be real. I watched the church be fake. I seen a lot of phases growing up through my life. Right? But now I don't go to church, physical building church. I go to church spiritually, energetically, wherever I'm at. I am a walking church, right? Wherever I go and wherever I praise God is where I'm at in church. And that building was originally created as a sacred place, a safe space for us to worship. Every human being needs a spiritual place of a spiritual source of sustenance, a place that they can go to and relieve themselves, right? To release those burdens, to drop the baggage, to feel like they're safe, to feel unjudged, and also get something out of it. To get some real nourishment out of it. That's what church was designed and created for. Right? It was to fellowship, to come together, to actually fellowship amongst each other. But over time, it became a business thing for the preachers. The preachers started going to school getting paid for it. They started getting knowledge to teach us to basically they was given a doctrine to give us, to keep us under illusion so that they could keep getting paid. Basically, the church had become like the hospital. We keep you sick so that you can keep coming back. And I'm going to keep keeping you sick so you can keep coming back. I don't want you to grow, because if you grow, you might go. And I'm scared of you going, because if you go, I won't get paid. I'm getting paid off of your sickness. So I'm going to keep you mentally ill. I'm going to keep you dependent on me. I'm going to keep you afraid to leave the church and make you feel like that you're going to be a backslider, or you're going to be crucified, or you're going to be condemned or convicted if you don't come back to church next Sunday. They basically were paid and trained to fill you up with fear, using fear tactics to keep you afraid and bound to their lies in their doctrine. They knew they were teaching you lies every time they got in the pulpit. That's why the church had to come tumbling down. They knew they was back behind closed doors, sleeping with prostitutes and molesting your children and robbing you blind and lying to you. They knew what they were doing. They knew they were filling y'all up with PTSD and trauma. They were organizing marriages, saying God said do it, putting people against each other they knew wasn't equally yoked, leaving you to deal with the hell. They knew what they were doing. That's why some of these churches got set on fire randomly. Nobody knew how. That's why some of these churches got shut down. Everybody in there got COVID and folks dying and you don't know how. It's because of the witchcraft that thought you had been getting away with. All that fake prophesying that y'all was doing behind closed doors, going behind closed doors, playing with tarot cards and coming up in the front talking about God said, talking about you prophesying the whole time. But then you want to crucify a real spiritualist like myself who don't hide what they do. But because you go behind closed doors and hide what you do, and then you come up in here and then you rob the church, you squeeze money out of them you know they don't have. You robbing them blind of their livelihood. What was the story? What was it? With Joseph, the story of Egypt. Basically, when he had to come back to Jerusalem and God said, "Free my people." That's basically what it is. That's basically what this is. Y'all have been dipping the people long enough. That greed ain't exposed you enough yet. That's one of the 7 deadliest sins y'all don't like to talk about, because y'all in the church have become it. You have become every 7 deadly sin that you have crucified the so-called sinners of. Secretly. I've been in preachers' houses that sleep with prostitutes. Oh, baby, but when they see me, their eyes get big as 50-cent pieces. And then they want to try to tell the folks I'm a witch. Nah, I ain't no witch. I just see you. I see the truth. Of course you're going to tell the world I'm a witch, because you know you've been getting away with pretending to be something you not. But I see you. A lot of the preachers that y'all trusting is leading y'all ass straight into a hellion mindset. And when I say I can't say lead into hell, because I don't believe heaven and hell is a actual place. I feel like it's a mindset. And this is why you got to be mindful of who you choose to follow. You got to let your heart and your spirit and your intuition lead you correctly. You got to trust that. When something tells you that these people are misleading you, believe it, because they probably are. Now, I'm not saying go and be biased, because some of y'all are afraid of this new truth that's coming out. And so you want to stay stuck to the old doctrine, the old way, because you feel like that's the right way. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but don't be stubborn and don't be foolish either and miss out on your growth because you want to stay stuck in time. Okay? Because ain't nobody got time for to be dealing confirmation. Ain't nobody got time to be dealing with no stubborn ass elders who refuse to grow. You want to stay stuck in time, you're going to be like, it's like dragging a dead horse. And us young folks ain't got time to be dragging your heavy ass. If you choose to stay old and blind, go ahead. All right? Go ahead. But if you one of them elders who willing to open your mind and add to the knowledge that you already know, add to the wisdom that you already have acquired. We're not saying that you dumb. We're not saying that you don't know what you're talking about, grandmother, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, uncle, whoever you is. We respect you, but we got to add to you. It's like hair, right? If we just kept the ends and we never grew, we'll just be stuck in time. But we have to grow to get that new growth. And then the elders be at the end, right? But if the elders want to stay strong and keep growing, the elders can stay on there. But if the elders want to stay weak and the elders don't want to grow, don't want to evolve, and they want to close to keep their mind closed, then the elders get weak and they break off and they eventually have to get cut off. That's life. Nobody wants to walk around with split ends on their head. And many of you elders are acting as split ends right now. You splitting up the hair. Y'all already know how split ends work, right? It splits up the shaft and you eventually break the new. And see, I'm the new. And I dealt with a lot of split ends and broken ends in my family that didn't want to grow. And I had to walk away because I wasn't finna let them break me. Sorry, but not sorry. If I done tried and I spent all my days trying to update you and trying to tell you, hey, this is the new age now. This is what we're doing now, grandmother. This is what we're doing now, grandfather. Father, you got to get you a debit card. You got to get a bank account. You got to do these, because at the while, you won't look up. You're going to look up. We ain't going to have paper no more because here, they taking away the pennies now. It's stuff that you never would have thought would exist, would extinct. Go extinct is now going extinct. But at the end of the day, get with the change. So you don't get left. Get with the new. That's just like when Noah's Ark. I'm going to get biblical with you. The story of Noah's Ark, right? They said he chose 2 animals of each animal, each species, right? But what if you had the choice to get on that boat? He didn't just choose. What if you had the choice to get on there? And then, you know that the world finna flood. You know that shit finna disappear if you don't get on that boat. So are you going to get washed away? Or are you going to get on the boat and you're going to sail to the new world? What are you going to do? So somebody needed to hear this. It's time to let go of those old stubborn ass, old stale ass, stuck in your ways. Okay? Add to your old tools. Update them, right? And also share those old tools with the new age folk so that we can combine the old and the new tools together. That's how you become more powerful. It's kind of like, what was it? Dragon Ball Z? Y'all, sorry, I like cartoons and stuff. But where they combine like certain, like 2 human beings, like this one might be a flamethrower, and this one might be a water barrier. I don't know, but they combine, and when they combine, that becomes a very powerful tool. And so that's where we are right now, y'all. We are better together than we are apart. But at the same time, we do need to know when to break away from people that's trying to break us up individually. Confirmation. So that means that goes for the groups that we're hanging with. If the people are with you are acting as split ends, they're not trying to grow. They're not with togetherness. They're not with evolution. That means evolving, growing, and changing. Because change is constant. That means we consistently do it. It ain't something we just do one time. We supposed to, as human beings, consistently change as we grow, right? Get better with time, right? So if you're hanging around people that are afraid of changing, that are afraid of growing, then guess what? You're going to be a part of what they say, birds of a feather flock together. You're going to eventually be stuck in time. You're never going to grow either. Same go for family. If you're around family members that are refusing to grow, don't want to do nothing better with themselves, they're still doing the same thing that their family's been doing for umpteen centuries, and nothing has grown in the families, then you're going to be stuck with them. You feel what I'm saying? So start to recognize, same way with social medias. Be mindful of what you are tuning into, because your socials can be split ends. It can split you from reality, which is why we're having this talk. Okay? You have been split from reality. The first 4 letters of reality is real. 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 That means get back to real. Get back to seeing people for real. Get back to calling people for real. Get back to having a real connection. Connection doesn't mean just with a lover. That means connect with people in real life. Don't just look at me on social media and think I assume we've connected. Bitch, I ain't seen your ass in 6 years. Just because you liking shit don't mean nothing. What about a real touch, a real hug, a real conversation that ain't over the phone? What about that? What about real days where we actually got together and really sat down and laughed, janked? I remember times I used to go over family members' houses. They would just come get me just to come sit down just so we could jaw jank all day. We would prank call. We would do all kind of goofy crap. But it was just because we got a chance to be together. We would play Uno. We would play Candyland. We would play spades. We would play checkers. We would do little games. We would do things to connect with each other. It's fellowship. That's a form of fellowship. You can fellowship outside of church, which is back to my message again, because see, somebody keep getting me off track about that. The church was dismantled because the leaders had become false, and they are still false. So God had shut the churches down, right? Because you were misleading the people. You were misleading the flock, the sheep. So what you were doing was you were creating a bunch of, misled people. So now everybody out here lost and confused, and the church gets shut down and nobody has a place of worship to go to. So now the world going to church on TV. Now the preacher doing so many theatrics on the TV because he's trying to keep you entertained with the lies he been telling you for years, because now that you kind of zoomed out, you on the TV, you watching it on the TV, you can see the bull crap now. Now you starting to see, like, hold on. So now they doing so many tricks and trades to try to keep you, entertained. It's becoming entertainment. So God had to shut that down because that's really what it had became. It became entertainment. It was no longer sacred. Church had lost its sacredness. Just like marriage and relationships have lost its sacredness. Love has lost its sacredness. Femininity has lost its sacredness. So, at the end of the day, preachers, pastors, leaders have lost their sacredness. That's why you don't feel safe when you go to church no more. That's why when you go to church, you feel like you're being crucified, or you feel like you're being put on the spotlight, or you being lied to, or you being tricked into believing you got the Holy Ghost or whatever, right? Because it's become entertainment. It's not real anymore. So now that the universe is allowing us to get back to playing again in the sandbox, right? Getting back to getting out here and being human again. You know how they say, don't come in here with y'all shit. Don't come up in here with this stupid shit. And here y'all come. Y'all come marching y'all crazy tails back up in here playing the same way that you was right before the world got shut down. At some point, we got to know when to stop playing, y'all. At some point, we got to know when to stop putting fake on the pedestal. Stop putting anything on the pedestal for that matter. Stop idolizing people, especially these celebrities, because they're showing you that they're human too. Have y'all not noticed? Majority of them have disappeared. Have you not noticed that majority of them, you starting to see folks that you thought looked real good, but then when you mess around and see a real camera hit them, they overweight, they older than they looked on the movie screen. Yeah, and I understand people age, but more of the story is that's where makeup and all this stuff came in it. And we took all of this stuff and we created a whole new world to the point we don't know real no more, y'all. People that started putting on so much makeup now, you don't even know if that's their real eyebrows or that's their real lips. At this point, they doing too much. They doing too much. We doing too much. We doing too damn much. The fake is at an all-time high at this point. I don't know about y'all, but I done had enough. I done had enough of fake food. I'm sick of it. I want to get back to the real food with real seeds in it. I'm going to blame us as humans. When we would eat our fruit, we would complain about the seeds and the lemons and the oranges and the apples and stuff, right? But then now look at us. We complained about it so much to the point now we can't even find a piece of fruit with seed in it. And if it ain't got a seed, that means it's none. It can't reproduce. So that means it's basically empty. It's dead. It's lifeless. So imagine women out here. Same way. We ain't planting no seeds. We too busy out here doing God knows what with them. I ain't here to judge nobody. But at the end of the day, we are dealing with the result of our choices right now, y'all. We are choosing to reside in the fake too much, too long. To the point the fake has become real now. When I saw that video yesterday, that man recording in a university mall of my people standing in that damn line for them funky ass shoes. The same shoe that I bet you China can make that sucker red now. Send it right over here. Be the same damn shoe. That's why some of y'all wearing them out the trunk right now. It's the same shoe. It's just a shoe. It's just a piece of material with label on it. It's the same shit. And you out here literally killing yourself, killing your people for it. You standing in the line and then cameras is everywhere on you. You got folks recording everywhere. So don't let you be on Social Security. Don't let you be getting no SSI check. Don't let you be getting no food stamp. Don't let you be getting no government assistance. Don't let you be getting nothing from the government in any form, and you getting caught on video, on live, standing in the Foot Locker line to spend some money you could have put on your light bill or some money that you could have put in your refrigerator and feed your kids. Because get what? A lot of y'all that went ham for them shoes yesterday, everybody walking around in the same damn shoe. How unique is that? That's not unique at all. You look like a bunch of clones. Everybody walking around with the same damn shoe. I don't want to look like everybody. I purposely like to be weird on purpose. I don't want everybody looking like me. I want to be different. And you should too. So for y'all all to be want to walk around with the same damn shoe on. Then on top of that, you half of you got up there didn't even wash your ass. You ain't even brush your teeth. You ain't do nothing. You just ran straight up in that damn mall, foot dragging with them dusty house shoes on and bonnets on your head, scratching your ass. Some of the dudes was even pulling drawers out their ass on camera. Yep, you were caught on camera digging in your ass. I'm sorry. I ain't sorry, because that's the world we living in. At this point now, we turn around, it's a camera in your face everywhere you go. It's a camera in your TV. It's a camera in your clocks. It's a camera in your door. It's a camera in your it's a camera in your toenail. It's a camera everywhere at this point. You ain't got no privacy. There's an eye everywhere you turn now. That's why I keep saying everything you do matters, especially what you do when nobody's looking, because you never know who's recording you. And a lot of y'all got recorded yesterday, and you look like a bunch of broke clowns up in there. Y'all couldn't even stand in a civilized single file line. And now this explains why the children go to school and act uncivilized, because look how the parents acting. Because the same group that was at Foot Locker is the same group of children who go to schools out here and be giving the children, the teachers hell. Can't even get them in a single file line. I remember back in the day, y'all probably don't even know what a single file line is. But y'all know how to get in the line for some stupid shit. But not get in the line, alignment to heal yourself. Or get in a line, just get in line when it comes to correcting all this crap that's been misaligned. So get in line for the right stuff. Stop getting in stupid lines to look like you look like an experiment. Like the government is dangling a little piece of cheese or crumb above you in a maze. Like, here, let's see if these rats gonna bite the bait. And y'all really out here biting the bait. You running every time they open up and pretend they're gonna give you some help. But then they turn around and snatch that same help from you when they see you doing stuff like that. Y'all the same people who go and need community service help. But you got $300-400 to throw away on a pair of shoes, but your children walking around with shoes flopping off their feet. Some of y'all was in the line buying 3, 4, 5 pair of these shoes. Where did y'all find the money to do that? But next week, your car gonna be repoed, your lights gonna be off. You ain't took care of none of your responsibilities. But you out here buying damn Jordans. You literally making a man rich that don't even like you. Do you realize how silly you look? I come from nothing, baby. I used to wear shoes from Family Dollar and Dollar General and still will. I don't need a label on nothing because labels don't make me. I make the label when I wear it, when I put my essence in it. Just like that money. I make that money. I am the currency. If I wasn't spending that shit, if I wasn't working hard for it, it would be nothing. Feel me? At the end of the day. So I'm going to wear a shoe because it's a shoe. It ain't got to have a label on it. I'm not branded like that. A lot of y'all out here too branded. And you broke at the same time. They don't mix. It don't go together. Feel what I'm saying? So humble yourselves. Okay? Get real. It's okay to wear a shirt without a label on it. It's okay to wear pants without a label on it. Long as you got clothes on your back. Some people don't. Okay? It ain't what you wear, it's how you wear it. Baby, I could wear a paper bag if you hand it to me. And I'm going to make that mug look amazing. Because that's the essence. That's the swag I got in me. That's something that cannot be duplicated. That cannot be bought or sold. And it damn sure can't be. Baby, y'all, I ain't got time to keep giving you the rundown. You feel where I'm going. Being you is the best thing you could do. Stop running from being you. Embrace your not so small waist. Embrace your bald ass head, fellas. Don't wear these. Stop putting all this weave in your head. Weave was for women. And we done took it and did too much with it. Now y'all out here done took over. You look ridiculous. I'm sick of it. I blame this on Jaheim back in the day when he was wearing the weave in his braids. I'm sorry, Jaheim. Stay focused. I blame this on Omari and them and all of them. Wearing all these weave in their braids. Now the men think that they can do it. Men need to be men. Women should be women. So we wouldn't be out here confused. If you're going to be gay, be gay. But you ain't got to go and change up who you are. That's the problem. We take a mile, inch, and we just run a whole damn mile with it. And we lost our minds. At some point, there has to be a stopping point to the madness. Imagine living in a world without guidelines, without traffic lights, without stop signs and all of that. It would just be a reckless, crazy world. And that's kind of like where we are right now. It's like we living it without guidelines. And this is why people saying, well, okay, Seven, well, we ain't got no church to go to. You need a real church. You need real leaders. I tell people all the time, I stopped going to church because, for one, I found God with the goddess within myself and God within myself. And so I realized that I am the church. The church is wherever I worship God. But at the same time, everybody's not as strong as me. Everybody does not have that go worship God on your own energy. Some people need a place to go and serve, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like this. If we can get the churches to get back to being real again, I'm not saying get back to being over strenuous and over the top and doing too damn much. I ain't talking about that. But what I'm saying is get back to being real, speaking real word, real substance, bringing real compassion back, bringing real safety back, real cleansing back, real fellowshipping back, removing that division and that judgmental shit, and removing that greed that everybody got to pay their way to get in church. Because that's why you lost your congregation. Your church had became too expensive. It was like the club. We got to pay to get in. The doors of your church are not open. I can't afford to come to your church. It's too mega. It's too popular. Everybody got to be dressed for success up in here. Not saying there's anything is wrong with that. But what I'm saying is what if my best is just a pair of jeans and a t-shirt? I still want to be welcomed just the same. And not judged when I come in the door. Or if I ain't been to church in 3 weeks, I don't want you condemning me to hell. Or because I married Bob, because he don't come to the church, you want to condemn me to hell and call me a backslide and try to get me to divorce my husband I've been married to for 16 years. This man been helping me take care of my life and my children. But you want me to divorce him because he don't want to come to your church. Now I can't come to church. Stop all the madness, people, so that your youth will come back and worship. Because you need the youth. The elders, you only got 6 of them sitting up in your pulpit. I mean, sitting up in your pew or whatever. They dying off. They only staying alive for so long. So how your church gonna stay open if you done ran away all the people that helps it grow? You done ran away the new growth. And then you ruining and brainwashing the elders, and the elders is splitting up the ends of the young folks, so the young folk running because the young folk don't want to be a part of the division. So the young folks that went and found their own way, and now they out here lost, and you wonder why they're killing and destroying even worse, because you have now taken away their sacred spaces, because you sending them in an illusion of lies. So the church was dismantled because of that. So more of the stories don't come back up in here with that same shit. If you're going to open the doors of your church from this day forward, open your church and be real. Open your church and give these people some real spiritual food to eat off of. I ain't talking about no real food. I'm talking about spiritual sustenance. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Real nourishment. Something that they can actually relate to. Something that actually applies to their everyday life. So that they can actually go and heal for real. Just like you know the tips. So give them to them. That's how you grow the garden in your church. You ain't got to go out and do all these backward flips and put on all these chains and make rap music and try to act like them to become them, to get their attention. If you give them real, they'll follow you. Many of you are out here trying to become the youth, and you look silly. Now the youth don't even know if they could trust you, because hell, you don't even trust you. So get back to trusting yourselves, leaders. Let's remove the lies. Okay? Let's remove the fakery, and fill it with authenticity. Okay? Give them some real hope again. Find the lightheartedness again. Light that fire back in them again. Light the fire back in yourself again. Because some of y'all preachers in the pulpit, your fire done been put out. I know, because I done seen a couple of you. You in there fake pool, fake shouting because your fire been out. You lost that lantern a long time ago. When you started judging and condemning and lying and manipulating, manipulating and being greedy. When you made church about money and fashion. And then when y'all women and everybody else started getting up in the church and started sleeping with everybody's partners and going to church looking for a man and going to church doing all of that type of stuff. Church was not designed for any of that. Just like the foot wash back in the day, the foot wash was designed to wash your feet. It was meet up. It was a fellowship with people, come together, spiritual people, and we would wash each other's feet spiritually. Okay, that's me letting you know I'm no better than you. If I can get down on my knees and touch your feet, you are important enough for me to cleanse your feet with my hands, my bare hands. I'm washing your feet, and you do me the same, my brother, my sister. We are together. You ain't no better than me. I ain't no better than you. That's what it was originated. That's how it established. But then we turned it into some funky shit and started stripping and throwing ass and all kind of other crap to the point where now it don't even exist anymore. Same way with the churches. Now the preacher's sitting on Zoom. I just posted a video recently of a preacher on Zoom trying to do a live video, and then you got a big ass walking behind you half naked, and now you done got caught on camera. These cameras is catching y'all. You can't get away no more. You can't get away with being a false prophet no more. You gonna get exposed. So your best bet is just go ahead and be authentic with people looking and when people ain't looking. You feel me? Your best bet is to be real every time, every chance you get, all around the clock. If you say one thing, be able to repeat it again. If you can't repeat it, don't say it. Moral of the story. If you don't believe it, don't speak it. If you ain't lived it, don't speak it. If you ain't walking it, don't talk it like you are. Because then when you get exposed like these celebrities in the Epstein files, now everybody looking at you like, well, I thought you was this way. But you told the world you was that way, but then now you being exposed for being a fraud. So to save yourself from being exposed from being a fraud, keep your toes dry in the first place. When you dip your toe in it, the next minute you drowning in it. So moral of the story is stop dipping your toe in that sinful pond because y'all done started drowning in it. I'm tired of drowning in this fake mess, y'all. I'm tired of looking on my social medias and y'all, all I see is these fake AI photos. There go my throat again. Somebody's mad that I'm saying that. But I'm telling you what it is. For one, you are giving these people all of your features to create you to be able to fake your identity on other sites. Okay? That's why it's so easy for these people to clone your pages now. To clone your bank accounts, to clone your PIN numbers and passwords. Y'all think y'all safe because you using your face on your iPhones? These people taking this stuff and they can use that in so many other countries. They're doing all of this stuff with your identity. They don't need you anymore. Hell, these celebrities with music, these music artists, a lot of these music artists ain't even making the music no more. The AI is doing it for them. Hell, a lot of these new albums you think your new favorite artist is making, they ain't even know was made. It was AI. They putting artists together that ain't never collabed in real life on AI. That's why I said we can't tell real from fake now. And then because we so fake with it, we believe everything we see. And so now y'all think because the celebrities in the higher ups are so, they so AI, they so full of, they did so much alterations to their actual appearance, they ain't got real nothing no more, that you now feel like that's reality. You want to go and fake yourself up because you seeing everybody on TV botched up. So you think you supposed to be botched up. Be okay with not having no ass, boo. Be okay with that. Because guess what? Them same folks who getting that plastic put in their ass is the same folks is having to go back and get it out. Because God didn't put it there. God didn't put it there for a reason. Your thighs wasn't meant for it. Your back can't even hold it together. Okay? It's all right. It might be fun for a minute. But at the end of the day, you got to go back to you. And if you wasn't born with that, whatever you wasn't born with going to eventually fall away. That's just like us with our weave, ladies, and with our nails and with our lashes. We can get all this semi-permanent shit all we want. But at the end of the day, it's going to fall away because you wasn't born with it. All right? So, go on and be real now before the world expose you for not being. Start posting real pictures of yourself again. Stop posting all these fake ass AI pictures of y'all. You showing me that you're not happy with who God made you, boo. Every time I see one of y'all posting these pictures of yourselves, it breaks my heart. If I see a woman that's a plus size woman, but you post an AI picture of yourself and you a size 103 on this picture. That's you letting the world know that you're insecure about your weight. Okay? If I see women on here who ain't really got the shape that they want, but then you post an AI picture with a very curvy woman with big hips, big bust, big titties, you showing the world that you're not happy with your little bite-sized breasts. You ain't happy with your little square-shaped body. You showing God that you are unhappy with what you were created to be. But I know some women out here who accentuate those curves, those shapes, those squares, those corners, those fupas, those cellulite, those whatever. We learn to embrace our flaws because your flaws is what makes you beautiful, and it also it makes it easy for us to decipher real from fake. Okay, she got some cellulite. That's real right there. She got stretch marks. That's real right there. Oh, she's super smooth. She ain't got not damn bruise at all. She might not be real. She might have had some work done. I don't know. At the end of the day, this is why it's okay to have flaws. Because it makes it easy for us to be able to look at you and say, okay, you're a real human. You're real. Right? This is like some of these clones, right? Like Jamie Foxx and them, right? You know how y'all was putting up all these different pictures trying to see the difference. Well, what happened to his tattoo? What happened to his scar on the back of his head? What happened to that? Right? And honestly, that's the reason why being perfectly imperfect is important. So that we can see reality from fake. Stop believing everything you see on social media. Stop following all these fake ass celebrities, because even your biggest name celebrities, when I tell you a lot of these celebrities was faking in them goddamn locks on Jay-Z head. Listen. And yeah, I said it. Them damn free forms was not free forming. Them suckers was free formed. They were formed and them wasn't real. And I've been saying it for a long time, and I'm going to keep saying it until the truth is exposed, just like everything else is being exposed. If his locks was real, then that means his purple hair mine. I don't give a damn. And somebody probably say, girl, what if he see this? I'm sorry. It is what it is. He a fellow Sagittarius, so he should understand. We know fake shit when we see it. Okay. And at the end of the day, that's why all these Epstein files and all this crap is being exposed. All these fake cliques and fake groups and fake social circles and fake sororities and all of this stuff has been getting exposed for a reason. Because for one, the universe is sick of you. For one, y'all been so clicked up for so long and keeping the fake shit amongst yourselves that you didn't even want to change. Y'all didn't want to, and y'all became so elited up that y'all didn't want to welcome in nothing new. Y'all wanted to keep it in your circles, right? So that's how the wickedness started circulating, because y'all wouldn't allow new growth. Y'all kept the old, and y'all kept trying to recycle the old, all while siphoning off of the new. Because that's what's happening. A lot of the new folks that's coming in the industry have been siphoned off of from the old folks that's now being exposed and knocked out of the industry. I.e., a lot of these social media creators now are getting the spotlight really because a lot of these old people who've been in the spotlight been robbing and starved and been hogging the spotlight. They never wanted to share the spotlight. So the universe had to come and dismantle and knock all of it down because it became so wicked and it's so stale and you recycling the same old people. We sick of looking at you. We sick of looking at you. I don't care how many times you go get surgery and change your hips and your doot and your thighs and your face. You still the same motherfucker. I'm sick of looking at you. Put somebody new on the screen. Share the wealth. And see, that's what a lot of these celebrities didn't want to do. They didn't want to share the wealth. They wanted to keep passing it down in their generation, but they never wanted other generations to make it. So the universe had to come and knock down them and get them out the front and bring in the older people that's been in the back, putting in the real work, that's been building brick by brick. Now y'all getting y'all spotlight. Somebody don't like what I'm saying. And that's why you're seeing a lot of new faces, because that's the universe bringing in the new growth. Because we sick of looking at this old shit that's been really, they've been using all your blood to keep themselves alive anyway. They've been using all your children's youth to stay alive and young anyway. That's witchcraft. That's the dark shit that they be trying to make it like people like myself do. And I would never. I wouldn't even harm a damn fly. I don't even want to step on a roach half of the time. I'd rather spray them with Raid. I don't even want to kill a roach. But because I said I'm spiritual, y'all want to crucify me and say I'm witch and I'm witchcraft and I'm dark and I'm all this type of crap. All because I don't look like your typical leaders. That's the point. I'm not supposed to look like them, because looking like them would have me out here acting like them. Looking like them would have me out here being crucified, have me going to hell with them. If I blended in with these leaders that the universe is knocking down off their pedestals, I'll be knocked down too. If I followed a lot of these leaders that y'all following, I'll be lost too. Confirmation, bruh. We getting so much confirmation. More of the story is, find you a real place of worship. Don't be so quick to join people's churches. Y'all might let me know if my connection is slow. Hold on. All right, can y'all see me now? Anyway, find y'all a good church home that's feeding you real stuff like I'm feeding you right now. Okay? Find you a real church home that's not bullshitting you. Find you a real church home that's not money hungry. Find you a real church home that does not mind helping you in your time of need. Find you a real church home that is going to help you grow in real life. And I ain't talking about giving you things physically. I'm talking about the word should be so real that that's all you need. That when you leave and you go home, that word is still ringing in your head all week until you go back to church that next Sunday. That word should penetrate to your heart and your spirit and actually help you blossom. If the word that preacher is speaking is not helping you grow or blossom or evolve in any form, then you are in a graveyard and you are a living corpse in it. So that's why the universe had to break up a lot of those churches, because a lot of y'all were walking dead in those churches and they were keeping you dead purposely. When I say dead, I mean sleep mentally. If I can keep you brainwashed and brain dead and keep filling you up with gunk and bull crap, I can keep robbing you of your pockets and your money and just keep sending you out there to believe whatever and keep you spinning around in circles and you keep coming back and we just going to keep recycling the same mess. This is why God had to break down the churches so that y'all can stop that shit. So if you are a preacher or a leader and you watching me and you stealing my content, because many of you do, I have watched many of you leaders, even in big churches, on TVs, mimic little old me. Y'all watching me. So I hope you hear me and I hope this reached to you, right? Just like when I tune into your program and I hear my words, don't take what I'm saying and go and try to make it your word. Mm-mm. Because see, God got a word for you personally to deliver. He didn't give you my word to speak. And see, that's where the problem is. A lot of you preachers have become clones. A lot of you preachers have started mimicking the other preachers and the other preachers and the other preachers, and everybody just following each other into the pits of hell. Right? To the point that when you finally do run into a real leader, a real speaker like myself, who don't have a big major following, who don't require it, you think that my words are not being heard, but they are. You think you could come and steal my content and go and mimic my word and get paid and get rich off of it and pretend that God gave you the download. He didn't give you that message. He gave it to me. I'm the one sat down and prayed and meditated for that. I'm the one who fasted for that. So I know my messages when I hear them. I know me when I see me. You can't do me better than me, boo. You're going to always be deemed as a false prophet because you're not speaking from where God led you to. So get back to your altars. Get back in your throne. Get back to your personal connection with God. You feel me? Get back in your real spiritual closet so you can get the downloads that God got for you. Because the message that God got for you, he ain't going to give it to nobody else to deliver. He going to give you that message to deliver. That's what's going to make you stand out from the rest of the preachers. Right? It's the fact that you went and connected with God personally and got the message yourself. And you lead God. Real leaders lead God's people back to themselves. Not leading God's people back to them. Like you God. No. I'm going to lead you back to heal you. I'm going to lead you to go heal the generational curses in your family. I'm going to lead you to heal your broken heart. I'm going to lead you to heal your trust issues and your unforgiveness and your lack of compassion. I'm going to lead you to heal everything inside of you so that you can be that of a leader as well. And that you can lead people so on down the line. The point of being a real leader is to develop and create other leaders. Students who once are students supposed to be developed eventually into leaders. So the world can be leaders, and we keep creating leaders and students, leaders and students, leaders and students. And even leaders have to be okay with becoming a student sometimes because we don't know everything. But at the end of the day, leaders, stop stealing other leaders' messages and getting in the pulpits or on these big stages and preaching my word that God gave me, little old me from the South in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Okay? I know my word when I hear it. And some of them preachers in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I've watched your programs as well. Yeah, I watch your programs. See, that's the thing. Y'all think because I don't go to church, I don't still tune in to church. Of course, I want the word too because I want to. I don't know everything, so I want to see if this preacher got something for me. I want to see if this preacher could teach me something I don't already know. So of course, I'm gonna tune in to some of your programs, and I'm watching some of your programs, and I'm listening, and I'm noticing you. What you stealing my material? You stealing my downloads. You talking just like me, but you also condemning me in the same message. You also judging the same person you stole it from. So who's the real devil? Who's the real witch? Who's the real dark warlock? Let's get real with it now. Y'all ain't ready to have this talk. Y'all ain't ready to have this talk with me. Okay? Get you somewhere where you gonna be taught for real. Get with somebody who love you for real. Get with friends who cherish you for real. Stop accepting these gifts full of roaches. Which brings me to my next message. How do I know, 7, if something ain't good for me? Hold on, y'all. Let me turn some light on. How do I know if something or someone isn't good for me? See, the devil know how to disguise things, right? And make stuff look good that ain't good, right? And I'm going to go ahead and speak it now. I don't care who gets angry, but the truth is the truth. And I speak from my experiences. But I was recently gifted a gift from a person that I had gifted something to. I went to deliver this gift to this person personally to their door. dropped it off at their front door. This person lives a few minutes away from me. And this person delivers my gift miles away from me and gave my gift to a friend of mine to give to me. When this person could have drove around the corner to give this gift to me personally. But because this person was on whatever, this person gave their gift to somebody else. So automatically, I felt like, what's that about? And at this point, I don't really want to receive the gift, because at this point now it's like, is the gift really from the goodness of this person's heart? But because this person went out of their way to give me a gift anyway, so I guess I can receive it. So the person that the gift was given to brought the gift to me, and I get the gift, and my first reaction was put it to the side. Now, let's be real. Black folks don't put no gifts to the side. If somebody give us a gift, we want to open it right then. We want to look at it. We want to check it out and see what we just got. We want, you feel me? But for some apparent reason, my spirit just didn't want this gift. So I opened the gift. Finally opened the gift. I found a couple of things in the gift that I do like and I could use. But I also found a couple of things in the gift bag that I did not like and would not use. Some things that were just kind of thrown in the bag, just to make the bag look good. You could tell when people just throw things in the bag. Take the message of what I'm saying. Take the meeting and lead a rapper, okay? But it's a message in what I'm saying. Moral of the story is it was some things just thrown in the bag to make the bag look good and fill it up. But it wasn't thought out, like with care. It was just like, oh, let me throw this in there. Let me throw this in there. You know how some people just do that. But I was taught as a child, don't give people nothing you don't want. So, mind you, I sat the bag on the floor at first, but then my spirit was like, no, I'll put it on the couch. I put the bag on the couch, left the bag there all night long, came back the next day. I'm vacuuming my floor. I'm walking through the house and I'm vacuuming because spirit like vacuum. I'm vacuuming. I'm doing my cleansing because cleanliness is next to godliness. And so I get to my couch to declutter the stuff off the couch and move the bag out of the way. And boom, there are a bunch of baby roaches running all over my couch. Now, I live in the hood and I grew up with roaches, but damn it, I ain't got to live with them. And I don't like to live with them. Y'all been on this live with me all this time and y'all ain't seen no roach crawl nowhere. Because we don't do roaches. But now I'm running around, scrambling around. I'm spraying Raid all over my couch. I'm flipping the couch over. I'm throwing stuff everywhere because I don't know how bad and how many of them it is. I don't know if they done got into everything. I don't know. All I know is there's too many of them. So I looked down and my spirit said, it's the bag. The bag was a recycled bag. Not knocking nobody who saved their bags. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with saving a gift bag. If it's cute and you ain't got no dents or nothing in it and it can be saved and reused for later, and you ain't got no roaches, by all means, recycle them. But don't be recycling bags and gift boxes and shit if you know you got roaches. Because roaches love paper and clutter. So you got this stored up and wherever you got it stored in. So the roaches then got off in the bag. And now, not only was it a roach, it was a pregnant roach. So the roach then had the babies on my couch, y'all. When I tell y'all, I almost lost my damn mind. Because why would this person give me a bag with a pregnant roach in it? Now, I'm not saying that this individual knew that the pregnant roach was in the bag. But moral of the story is, energetically, this person's energy wasn't good towards me. No way. This person's energy was foul towards me anyway. This person was two-faced the whole time. This person was a fake friend the entire time, smiling in my face, talking behind my back. But then you want to give me a gift, and the gift was full of roaches. That's the same way the energy was that this person was giving me. You was giving me a smile, but it was full of roaches. You was giving me a hug, but it was full of roaches. This person never really cared for it. This person didn't really take time out of their day. They might have did once or twice to call and check on me, and the only reason why was to make sure that I didn't block them and X them out of my life. Do a fake check-in, because some people know when they done ran their course. People know when they done did too much. People know when they ain't did enough. And moral of the story is the universe is showing you right now that things can come wrapped up in a beautiful wrapping, but be still full of roaches. Because that gift was nice. The top part of the gift was till I got in the bottom of the bag, and the bottom of the bag wasn't nothing in there I wanted. It wasn't nothing that you should even say, hey, this is, no. It was some shit you should have just thrown away. But at the end of the day, because you ain't giving from the goodness of your heart, because you so used to being a fake friend and a fake whatever, fake, you just gave a fake gift. And it came with roaches. That's just like we dealing with a lot of these higher ups. Fake government, full of roaches. We got fake leaderships in church, full of roaches. We in fake relationships, full of roaches. And in turn, we full of roaches, passing out more roaches. So when we going to exterminate this and get rid of all the fake, okay? Stop being friends with folks you know you ain't friends with. Stop hanging with folks you know you don't like. Stop watching folks you know you don't agree with. You sitting back, you projecting on folks. If you don't like me, don't fucking watch me. You do not have to be on my social media. I don't care nothing about no friends. I don't care if I got 2 people on here watching me. I'm okay with that. I don't need 4,000-5,000 million people on here that don't like me, sending me the evil eye, all because I want some clout. I don't care nothing about that. So stop accepting everything from everybody, because everything that everybody give you ain't coming from the goodness of their heart. Everything that everybody tell you ain't, every podcast you watch don't mean it got some real substance, because everybody who got a microphone don't know what the hell they talking about. Everybody who got a camera shouldn't even be on it. That's another thing. Technology is just, and it giving everybody a platform, a stage to be on. And everybody just on the cameras, just saying anything, doing everything. And everybody believing any and everything. And we out here watching these baddie shows. Everybody living in the same house and want to kill each other secretly. I'm not finna sleep around nobody that want to kill me. I'm not finna be living around nobody. I got to sleep with my fighting shoes and fighting shorts and fighting shirt on and snatching my wigs off. I ain't got time for all that. I'm too cute for to be fighting all the time. Fighting is expensive. Why are we promoting this type of mess when it comes to the black queens? Why are we sending that signal that they should be fighting each other? That's the part of the brainwashing, because they know that if they can get y'all screwed up, if they can get you against each other, then that means that they can stay in control. That means the demons that's controlling the world right now won't lose control, because the women will stay asleep. The women is what created every fucking thing. Let's be real. We're the ones walking around with the wound, which is why they trying to destroy it, right? So at the end of the day, if I could keep the women asleep, if I could keep them fighting, if I could keep them against each other, thinking that one is better than the other, then we could stay in control and we could keep misleading the universe. But the women get back on their throne, we lose this illusion that we've been creating. That's why I said, get back focused, ladies. Get back real. Stop trying to be these fake baddie shits. Baddies from Tuscaloosa. We don't give a fuck about that. You look broken, you look ignorant, and you look stupid. Get off them damn shows. Get on something real, something that your kids can watch later and not be embarrassed about. Because, like, I was watching the show a video the other day with Kim Kardashian, for an example. Her son comes, they at the family gathering, I guess Christmas or something, and he comes running in with his phone, and he's like, "Look at this," and he put the phone up on her face, y'all, like, "Look," and he's smiling, and she's like, "Hold on." Her smile went like this. Let me see that. She got the phone, y'all, and she went over to her sister. She was like, "How do you delete this? How do you remove this? How do you report this?" It was an old video of her. Or some shit she done did in the past. That she probably got famous off of. That wasn't so good. See, that's why they said it'll come back and bite you in the ass. And it took her son to come and show her her dark side on the phone. But this what happened when you let your kids be unsupervised on social medias. She said, well, somebody sent him this. Who would be sending that to your child if you were supervising your children properly? Now, this is nothing personal to her because I don't know how she's raising her kids and I don't care. That's her business. I'm just simply saying to you that what you do right now, every action that you make right now does not come without consequences. You gonna deal with a consequence whether now or later. So she might have thought all the stuff that she was doing back then was never gonna come back and bite her in the tail. That was before she decided to have children. But she had kids. And she had kids, and now guess what? The kids like, Mama, look what you did. That's you. That's what the kids are here for. They're here to bring that mirror to you, to reflect to you those parts of yourself that you probably never liked, not for you to judge yourself about, not for you to go and beat yourself up about. It's for you to heal and say, you know what? I've come very far from who I used to be. Not for you to hide and act like it was never you, because we all made stupid choices before. We were all young, learning as we go. But at the end of the day, everything you do now will come back and bite you later. So if you prostitute now, don't get mad when you decide to have later when your children find out about it. If you out here tricking, don't get mad when your kids later find out about it. Or when you look up and they doing it. You probably hid it. You probably thought you hid it. And then boom, you look up. You don't, say for example, you a drug dealer. You a street pharmacist. Oh, but you think your kids don't know? You just want them to think you just rich. You just got it like that. They don't know where you work at though, but they see you got it all the time. You always got it. It's never time you don't. You literally got it. But then you think you done hid that from them. You lied to them and told them you was a banker. And guess what? They grow up and become street pharmacists. Now you like, dang it, how did you do that? I didn't let you know. It's because what you did in the shadows had to come to the light. So that's why it's best to be real in the first place. Let these kids see the real you. Stop lying to them about these fake pagan creatures. Tell them it's you. You the one bought them Christmas gifts. Tell them it's you. You the Easter egg. You the Easter bunny. Tell them it's you. Be real with your children. Okay? They'll respect you more in the long run. They really will. And in turn, you're teaching them to be more real. But if you keep being fake, you keep wearing masks, and you keep following fake, and you keep listening to fake, and you keep becoming fake, then your whole generation gonna just be fake. Okay? So let's stop being fake. And let's stop falling into the traps of fake. Let's stop falling into the traps of distractions. These folks are distracting the mess out of y'all. Last time it was before it was the this Jim Carrey stuff. It was the Epstein files. Before the Epstein files, it was something else that was in the media. And then before that, in between there, it'd be Trump doing some stupid stuff. Y'all don't realize when the higher ups are throwing you for a loop, when they throwing you diversions to throw you off your path so that you don't see what they really doing. When you realize that they putting this stuff in your face to keep you blinded to what's really going on behind the scene. Remove the scene so we can see remove the curtain. Let me see you for real. It's like Wizard of Oz. When everybody wanted to go see the Wiz, the Oz, or whatever he was, and when they got back there with nothing but Richard Pryor crazy standing behind a curtain, at the end of the day, lift the veil, lift the curtain, see what's going on for real. Stop being comfortable with the illusions and the lies, because now you become an illusion and an illusionist and a liar because you tuning into it. Let's get back to getting real, y'all, being real again. Because if you don't, we gonna be extinct, just like that damn penny. Y'all see they done took our penny. Confirmation. I'm finna get up off here. I'm done talking to y'all because y'all don't believe me when I be talking. Y'all be thinking I'm just talking out the side of my neck. Y'all be thinking I'm crazy. But now all the crazy stuff coming up, and now you looking crazy just like me. Welcome to my world. I love you too. Peace and love.